tutorial resource.
Wrong.
An online resource.
Ah, there you go.
Aren't we live yet?
Hmm?
Come on, Dave. Why aren't we live yet?
Because it's proper.
There we are. Okay, I need to change my out to Yeti.
It's
Yeah. Ba-doo-ba-doo-be-doo-bow.
all right. The bat signal's out.
Doing Skype. Are you posting that on Twitter as well? Come join us. Come call.
I figure any
Live.
Hmm?
Are you saying that we're?
I mean, I already posted.
Be-doo.
Be a little convoluted. I'm just making it. Just decided I wanted to make it real hard on myself to edit tomorrow. You know.
Right.
No, actually, all I'm going to do is use the call recorded version for that segment.
That's a good idea.
Okay, we are good there. I've just got to share the Facebooks, and we can get going.
Do it. What up, Billy?
Oh, Billy.
You don't want to take that 10-hour drive to New York City? Shame. Oh, you turned off the music.
I did not.
Oh. Never mind.
Of course, I did not.
No. What's up, Rick Bogus? What's up, Gab Grant? So filling. I haven't watched a single episode, and I'm really upset about that.
That's on the notes. It's on the notes. We'll talk about that. No spoilers. All right, are we ready to go?
Yeah. I'm just gonna start this over, so you don't have to go through 4 minutes of nonsense. How do I look, Dave? Am I beautiful?
Always.
I've got so much headroom. Let me. How do I do this? Let's see. Tilt down just a little bit. I mess everything up. Oh boy. I won't know because there's such a lag.
Oh.
No, maybe a little bit more. Oh, please don't mess everything up. Yeah! Billy, I just saw your post. That's awesome.
No commander shirt?
Yeah.
Where did he post it? Did he post it in the general?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Man,
oh,
the
nice.
white's so good on the beard.
Yeah, the white is really good.
Man, that red, that red looks so good.
Show art. How many grants can we get to call in today?
What's up, G-Rant? Are y'all ready? Y'all ready? This is going to be fun.
Sure hope so.
Very exciting experiment.
I hope this isn't a CF. We're doing this on the fly. I
Just-
really don't have this set up the way that it should be done, but, you know, it's whatever.
So great. Let's go, because I got to leave at 2:40. Oh, wait. Yeah, because I got to pick up my kid.
Sorry, it'll be a short show.
Yeah. No mic or cam at my workstation. Lame.
Wow, use your phone.
Yeah, use your phone, dude. Call us from the bathroom.
Go have a smoke break.
Yeah. What could go wrong, right, Jason?
Right.
That's funny.
All right. I am rolling over here. And I'm rolling, about to be rolling on Skype. I'm rolling on dubs.
Dib.
Check. All right. Yeah, G-Rank used text to speech.
Houston. Hello. I am calling into your radio station.
I'm an electric car.
Is that from The Simpsons as well?
Yeah. Oh, what up, bro doer?
Brother, I was just talking about you to my wife the other day. I said, hey, my buddy's going to come to Disney World and meet us up there while we're there. And she goes, oh, who's your friend? I said, you'll like him a lot. And then I did my impression of you, working down at the Jersey Shore. And I said, oh, yeah, you know his stuff. He makes the globby, like, pulsating things. And she goes, no way. No way.
All right.
She
So
loves your work.
let's get started, and then we'll get to the call-in stuff not too long into. We're going to do the week wrap-up, and then we'll do the call-in stuff.
Broder, you got to call in. You got to
Yeah.
call in.
All right. We'll lay the ground rules for the call-in segment when we get to it. We're going to do the week wrap-up thing, and then we'll get to that. Okay?
What's up, Don Britt?
All right.
Do this.
I can't wait until I get this setup working. Only a couple more weeks.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have this set up so much
I need to get it
cleaner.
working on my side, too, because I'd like to randomly just start live streaming.
You need a stream deck for sure, too.
to.
And we'll get all the software, and then it's all in our Dropbox, so all the profiles and everything will save.
Yeah.
So, like, when we change them and update them and stuff, they'll just auto-update on your stream.
Word.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'm rolling everywhere. Let's do this. Let's do this. Where's
we
my
doing
notes? Yep.
Are we doing this?
Yeah, we are. I almost had to sneeze. Hold on.
Oh, that's the worst. When you don't sneeze.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
What up, bros? Welcome to another Brograph Brocast. I'm Dave.
And I'm Matt.
And Brograph is a supplement to our site, brograph.com, which is a motion graphics tutorial site with tutorials, plugins, podcasts, and other MoGraph stuff. And on the show, we talk about everything ranging from motion graphics to Cinema 4D, After Effects, plugins, render engines, doing business, doing taxes, being a contractor, or working for the man. And if you can't already tell, a little bit of a cold, so I apologize.
And it sounds
Actually
like you already
not
have the
going to
NAB
be
clip.
doing the future episode today because
It's all Andrew Kramer's fault.
It's all Andrew Kramer's fault. It is
It's
Andrew
all
Kramer's
Andrew
fault.
Kramer's fault.
Whoops.
So,
So okay,
Yeah.
so here's the deal. We were going to do it on Monday,
mhm.
and David was coming back from somewhere, and he wasn't
Mhm.
going to come back until late. So we said, let's wait till Tuesday.
Mhm.
Her kind of called me and wants me to do some stuff and things
Yeah.
with him. So we're like, bragger, first of all. And
Yeah.
second of all, we're like, all right, well, let's do the show Wednesday.
Yeah.
So Tuesday night comes
So
around. and
last night, I'm watching Aaron
Yeah.
Sorensen's stream. Then all of a sudden, I get a FaceTime call from Ariev, and I was like, "Oh, he's gonna cancel on me." And I pick it up, and sure enough, Andrew Kramer's beautiful face is looking at me, And then
Your
I'm
dream
like,
boat.
I was like, you made Andrew Kramer call me so that you could get out of tomorrow, huh? And
Right.
it's like, yeah.
So we will do that. We're going to have to push that a little bit. Next week, we have Aaron Coverett on, and we're going to talk before we all go up to NYC, because he's going to be speaking up there at NAB East with us. I guess I should get my presentation done.
Yes.
That's like a week from today.
Yeah.
So
I'm working on mine a little bit.
I've been working, but I've been doing a lot of experiment, like R&D research, and taking a lot of notes. So I feel like it's going to come together really fast once I'm done, because I have all these notes.
I was working on it yesterday, and what I really want to do, so like my presentation is about like basically taking After Effects and like then going to the next level by jumping into Cinema 4D. So I'm creating the exact same things that you could in Cinema 4D, you know, and showing how much easier it is. So like, for example, I'm doing this, like I'm doing a logo setup and extruding it in really crappy After Effects 3D, you know, and creating crappy, you know, reflections and stuff like that. And then I even created like a background that would wipe on, kind of like using a plane effector, you know, on a cloner and stuff like that. And it's like the amount of time that took me to do in After Effects was awful, was just absolutely awful. Right. So I'm going to basically show that, and like then maybe like screen record myself actually doing it, and then show people like, okay, this is sped up 6 times, you know, or 10 times, and this is how long it would take, you know, versus let's jump into cinema and make it in about 5 minutes.
Do a little video and put like Spanish flea in the background.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
I thought you were mispronouncing it and trying to say Spanish fly. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Mine is going to be R20 stuff and things, and I'm going to go into a couple things of some espresso stuff, because I feel like espresso hasn't been featured much in the last few presentation what do you call them, events.
Yeah.
You know, how you say I saw that thing on Reddit the other day when it says when you can't remember something, just say I got to remember how to say it in English. That way people think
funny.
you're you know.
That's funny.
You know, at
smart,
the
like you speak another language.
Right. I would, you know, let's do it at the how do you say it in English?
And they're like, wow, you have
presentation.
Great, like you're
right.
You have no accent. It's great.
Right.
Oh yeah, Gab Grant says make an espresso game. That'd be fun.
There you go. So here's the thing. Once Mograph.com gets launched, my first class is going to be on Espresso, and it's going to involve building your own plugin in Espresso throughout. And so I'm going to give a little preview of how I'm building stuff in there. I've been building something which I'll show here in a second, and or talk about here in a second. And I just have been on the road lately, have not really shown much espresso stuff. So I want to show how easy it is to build something. So I was sick in bed yesterday with a cold. Just the cold just hit me like crazy. And the difference, I guess, between having like a fever or a stomach bug or something and having a cold is whenever I get a cold, I still am like awake and doing things. I'm just in bed.
Yeah.
And so I get bored. And so I took my laptop in bed and I was just sitting there and experimenting with something. So we will have David on eventually.
One day.
Yeah. Our schedule has been all jacked up. So we're working on getting our schedule back together here, especially for the holidays. We're going to have some really great guests on. It's going to be a short show today.
Well, it's going to be at least 2, you know, no more than 2 hours.
Yeah. So again, I apologize for my cold, but you know, fall's here. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, dude, it's like 68 degrees outside.
It feels so good outside for Texas right now. It's amazing.
Dude, I actually want to open my window.
I know. I got my yoga pants on.
Do you really?
Yeah, it says juicy on the back, and I'm drinking a pumpkin spice latte.
Are you really?
Yeah, it's a little cold.
Gross.
It's a little cold. I mean, it is a pumpkin spice latte. I could show you the label and prove it.
Yeah.
I get less pumps and more caffeine though.
Okay.
She said. And what are you gonna be for Halloween?
Nothing. No, I'll be Mr. Plow. I'll just be Mr. Plow.
Oh, there you go.
I got the
Just
jacket now, so.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna. Maybe I'll be Bowsette for Halloween.
Can we go a show without talking about Bowsette?
Oh, come on, man! I know all about the deep fried memes.
You're terrible.
Like skeleton updoots. I mean,
I know skeleton updoots. That's been around for like 3 or 4 years now.
I hope you got all your calcium this month.
Oh my gosh! You only get calcium by
skeletons by updooting.
Right?
Have you updooted enough for your calcium?
I don't know. I don't interact with Reddit. I just am there. The only one I interact with
who
is
like completely understand, and a lot of people who completely have no idea what we're talking about.
Don't worry. If you don't understand, you don't need to. It's stupid.
All right. So let's see. Luminous. I want to talk about Luminous because a couple of people have asked. Yeah, we're still working on Luminous R20 update because we're waiting for the full Octane 4 to be ready to go before we finish that. We did find another glitch, which is the gobos are not working. This is such a thing.
It is a really stupid reason. If you can't live without the gobos right now, just hit me up and I'll send you a temporary one until we get a fix. Just hit up Brograph at Brograph.com.
It's so stupid. It's because there is an old coffee tag in the espresso
that isn't doing anything.
It's not doing anything. As soon as you just delete it, everything works again.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Okay. So we're working on that, and I have a couple other little fixes I would like to do on it while we do that. It's just a big deal to get that pushed out, so I'm waiting. I don't want to have to do it twice if something else isn't working when the final version of Octane 4 comes out. The holiday lights thing, okay. Here's the holiday lights thing. I'll talk about it. I have a video that I could play for the live viewers as well. They can see. But the thing is, we're working on a lot of holiday projects already, and some of these projects are requiring lights, Christmas lights.
Email,
sneezing, and all that. I decided to get into making a rig that would allow you to change the size of lights and the type of lights and the strands. So you can do like a custom spline. You can do as many lights as you want, change the scale, the cable thickness, and I'm making it in such a way to where you can integrate signal into it really easy. Like you could just drop the signal tags in and connect to the signal source, which will be inside the plugin, and everything by default will kind of just work with signal, which will be really cool because then you can make them flash and change colors and do things to the beat.
Well, couldn't you just add the signal tag in it, and then if no one has signal, then it's not going to work.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Like maybe unless it breaks
turn
something.
On and off signal. I don't know. Is that possible?
Maybe so. And then you just drag your own signal tag into it, and it works.
No, or you just leave the signal tag in there and set some presets.
I got you.
And you could do a little click button that says, because, if no one has signal, they could just turn it off.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
that's a really great idea. So it's just there ready to go if you have the plugin. Because it's not like the plugin is going to copy over.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just opened and it said you don't have signal. So that's no big deal,
Okay. All right. No, that's a good idea. I like where you're going with that.
Dan Marino says it won't break it. I helped beta test it. It just won't animate. So there you go.
All right. Well, that's cool. I can do a little on and off button. Hopefully people at home can. Oh, I guess the people at home can't see this. I don't know why they can't see. Oh, is this that stupid screen sharing dealio?
I don't know. I just see people on the thing right now.
No, that's no fun. I'll just have to do it myself.
Like a poor person.
Like a poor person. Now, if anyone's interested in playing around with it, beta testing it, whatever, just hit me up on Slack. We are gonna release it when it's done, and it will be free.
Yes.
And
for free.
Oh man.
Stop dying, dude.
Sorry. So here's what I'm going to try and do. I'll try and bring up the video in my browser and see if that works. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now you can see it. So, yeah, you can pick your light. The spline thing is the best part. There's also a deal that shows where your fall off is. This is an Octane plugin, by the way. I mean, we're going to try and import it for everything else, but
yeah, I'm going to try and import it for Redshift as well. So,
and it has like random rotation, so you can make them look like they're hanging down or doing whatever. But essentially, you could just draw a spline wherever you want, and then just drop it in, and it puts the lights where they need to go on top.
I wonder if you could use Merck's plugin, right, to make them just like hang down and then just boom,
maybe I don't know.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. Anywho, what else we got in the agenda? I wanted to talk about the rest of the story with the company that does antivirus stuff from last week. I didn't finish the story. We started talking about it. We started talking about contracts, and then we went in another direction and didn't finish.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say what happened in that circumstance is we sent a contract. Somebody at that company signed it, which said this requires 50% down and payment on delivery. And I wasn't getting the 50% down, and I'm like, well, you guys are a big company. I know who you are. I'm going to go ahead and give you the benefit of a doubt, and we'll go ahead. She's like, okay, cool. So we start getting through, and she keeps saying, well, that 50% down should come pretty soon, and it wasn't coming. And I was basically going back and forth on all these stupid little details to try and get into their system, because the bigger the company, the harder it is to get in the system, the harder it is to get paid. And so going back and forth, they were doing stupid little things, like on the invoice, I didn't have a period on the LLC or something stupid. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's almost like they do this in order to nitpick and push your invoice as much as possible.
Right.
And so I'm just like, okay, on everything I was sending, basically the notes and all of that were on each individual thing that I sent, they all said, reminder, there was supposed to be 50% down, and we haven't received that, but we're giving you the benefit
Every
of the
single
doubt.
email said that, right?
And then at the end, it's going to be payment on delivery, right? So we finish it, and it's done, and the invoice is sent, and we have a buffer in there of 7 days. It's payment on delivery, but we give you the 7 days just to get it in, or else there's a late fee, right? So they come back, they have changes beyond the scope of the project and want to do a call about it. And I'm like, okay. Oh, yeah, by the way, on that payment. Okay, good for you, but we're not next 60. We discussed this. It was 50% down and payment on delivery. Yeah, but it's going to be like 2 months before you get your payment. I'm like, okay. I literally said, I'm sorry. Like, I have clients right now that are waiting on projects, and I can't put you ahead of them because you're not paying for this. And we had an agreement, and that's all there is to it. Like, I wish I could help you, but once I get paid in 2 months, then we'll make the rest of the changes.
Yeah.
Like, that was a point where, like, I was just like, no, I'm not going to cave to this because we have like 4 clients that were waiting on really big projects. I'm like, I'm not going to put your GIF file on hold for that. You're super expensive. You're going back on your word completely. So that she was understanding, but it was one of those situations where she signed something, she worked for the company, but she didn't really have the authority to sign that.
Right.
And I think at that point, then they understand. I'm like, okay, well, let's talk to accounting and invoicing, and let's get this worked out if you want this. And so, unfortunately, it made her look bad in front of her superiors, but I'm just like, sorry. And she went back and was able to put it on a credit card because of that. Because I basically said, no, sorry. You know, so not caving actually made it happen. And then it's like, okay, now we know it's net 60 from now on.
Yeah.
And we can do that from now on, but we have to know that ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because we have to schedule a certain way. We have to prioritize a certain way. So anyway, it ended up working out. I just didn't get to finish the story. So other thing I wanted to mention is the Barton video. This Barton video is cursed.
Huh. Oh, right. From the Monday meeting?
Yes. I have been trying to post this for 2 weeks, It's been done. It was done a couple days after, and then I just kept having issues. I would export it with Adobe Media Encoder, and then you would open the video, and about, I don't know, 50 minutes into it, it wasn't working. It would just kind of stop, which means the file was kind of corrupt. So I was like, okay, well, let me try this, just export in straight from Premiere, because maybe the problem is when it's going from Premiere into Adobe Media Encoder. Did it, same thing happened after 10 minutes. But the problem is you have to export the entire piece in order to see if it's done anything wrong. So I guess my next thing I'm going to do is try and export it as some sort of, I don't know, giant hour-long ProRes file, and then convert it to MP4, which is fine. I got the room for it. I'll just extent for it to actually work. And so I got the new computer here, and I was still working on setting it up. So I got everything installed. I had problems with Dropbox. I got Dropbox working. I was missing files. I went back and forth. I got everything synced. I opened the project on this new one. Yeah, an hour-long frame sequence. Motion Designer. That would be intense, and there would be no audio. I'd have to figure that out. But whenever I exported it on this brand new machine, I checked on it. It was going. It said it had like, I don't know, 30 minutes left to go. I let it go overnight. This morning, I turn on the machine or wake it up from sleep, and nothing's open on the computer. This is a brand new machine. Yeah. Nothing's open on the computer. There's no export. There's no errors. The file isn't there at all. I'm like, oh, okay. So this video has just been cursed trying to get it going, because I'm trying to do it in between actual work and other things. And so when I remember, I go back to it, and then it's not there. So it's a long time coming. So hopefully it'll be there at some point. Just waiting for it to work one time. That's all I need, so I can upload it, so I can update it. Oh, and then, the of course, always Windows errors and things, right? So, and updates that don't work and things like that. I come back to my computer.
Yeah, about the new October update, right?
I don't even have last December's update.
Yeah, there's a new Windows update coming out, pushing out, and supposedly they just fixed it. But it was deleting people's files off of their system. Oh my gosh. Like their entire documents folder, it was like deleting them. And they pulled the updates and stuff like that. And then
play the video and no, we're gonna put it on our YouTube site.
What's up, Aaron Sorensen?
Aaron Sorensen. About you. So I don't know. We'll get that going. I was talking about what was I talking about? Windows. You distracted me.
I'm sorry.
It's my cold. Sorry. Okay. I opened up my computer. It errored out trying to do an update like it usually does, and then I look at the of something I have to open. I'm like, what in the world are blue arrows doing on every single icon that I have? And I start looking through all the other, and I'm like, what is this? What are these double blue arrows pointing at each other on every icon on my system? And I look it up, and apparently compression has been enabled on every single one of my files under my username.
What?
Yeah, like Windows compression.
Is that a new thing?
It's been there. But it's like, where did this come from? How did it get turned on? Is something going to break if I turn it off? Now I'm scared to undo it, and I don't know how would every single one of my files compress like that. And the file of the amount of space on my drive was about the same as it was the day before, so it's not like. And I'm thinking, has everything on my system been compressed this whole time? And maybe that's what's causing me to have slowdowns and problems and issues. It just doesn't make sense.
Weird. Heard of that happening.
So you told me you watched Mavic. No, Manic.
Manic. Mavic. Yeah, just finished it actually like an hour ago.
What do you think? Pretty good?
I thought it was really good. Yeah, it was very, very good. Like I thought, oh my gosh. So like Emma Stone is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like she is an excellent actress, and I don't really I don't love Jonah Hill, but when he played that Icelandic character. Oh my gosh, he had me laughing so hard.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And then when he was like the New York guy with the curly-haired mullet, he was Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He totally looked like Adam Sandler.
It's like, when did he turn into Adam Sandler? But
yeah,
it was good. The whole 80s version of the future, I thought was really fun.
I think it's weird. I don't know. Yeah.
So, also, I'm looking into standing desks. If anybody wants to get in, probably the hardware channel on Slack is a good place. I've been looking at some standing desks that aren't too expensive, that will actually adjust up and down, that are motorized. And I found one for, I want to say $299 on this one site, which is a lot cheaper than some of the others I've found. Mm-hmm. Like the IKEA one is like $500 and something dollars.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to redo this setup now that I have all these computers and stuff and things, and get this live stream going and all that. And I'm trying to do it all at once.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be getting that and a 2080 Ti and rewiring things and doing all of that. So I'm going to post a link to that, and I'll post a link in the Slack as well. So I just like some feedback. If anybody knows adjustable standing desks, motorized, any good suggestions.
I considered getting one for my office when I was building everything, but like I would have had to like either push it all the way to the side or cut my desk in half and only have like small sections. I would need a whole lot more, because I like the 9-foot desk, you know, I like having all the space, but I would have to cut it in half down the middle or whatever in order to necessitate that. And then I would need additional legs, and it's just a big mess.
Right.
So I decided to go just to not.
And also, I'm going to try and do something live tomorrow night as well, because tomorrow night is not a Redshift night, because it's every other night, every other Thursday night. So I'm going to try and do something tomorrow night and work in Octane or something a little bit. Maybe work on that plugin or something.
Yeah, let's work on the plugin.
There you go. So be looking for that. That'll probably be at 8 p.m. Central Time. So look out for that. And real quick, let's do some Ravcock. What's your flavor?
What's your flavor?
Let's talk about there's a link that you posted to me called Understanding Metalness.
Yes. Okay. So Chad posted this. Oh my gosh, you're so fired. Yeah. Where is it? Okay. So I saw this like a few weeks ago, and then I wanted to post it, but I couldn't remember where I found it. You know, and just Googling Metalness, V-Ray, and stuff like that didn't help me. But then Chad posted it on Twitter, and I was like, oh, yes. Okay, cool. I'm going to take it. So I found it. It's Understanding Metalness. It basically talks about, you know, the metalness parameter and how you deal with that. It's a really interesting read, you know. Yeah. And like the PBR workflow and stuff like that. So it's a really good read. You should check it out. You're going to put it in the notes. Yeah,
it'll be in the notes. And then we were noticing that the new version of Octane RC5 for Cinema 4D R20 has that button now, and it might have been in one of the last few versions, but I haven't noticed. It's called Keep Instance Power.
Yes.
So it has something to do with when you have lights in a cloner object.
Mm-hmm.
And because if you have render instances on with a light in a cloner, the rest of the lights won't work. You can't do it that way.
Right.
So I believe it has something to do with that. I haven't really played with it yet, but I'm assuming that's what it is, so that the power stays right within instances. Maybe it takes it out and it doesn't render instance the light. It only instances it or something. I don't know exactly what it's doing, but I noticed it was there, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I'm going to check that out and see what it does. And let's see. Do you have any other Ravcock stuff? I don't know what else is going on.
Did we talk about last week that the post effects in Redshift have been kind of released?
Yeah, and that's what Liam's stream was on.
Yeah.
The the Corona tutorial, I think, was posted. Sean Astrom's new Corona.
Mm-hmm.
He was showing off the 20 core.
32 core.
2 core Threadripper.
64 thread. Yeah.
64 thread.
So fast.
Yeah. So check that out. I think we're going to release that. I think on our channel too. We talked about it, but we haven't gotten there yet. And I believe that's it for Ravcock. So
yeah.
here's what we're going to do. Talk to the audience. Okay, we're going to try and do this Skype call-in thing. I don't know how well this is going to work. I don't know if it's going to work. We don't really have the setup going the way that it needs to be set up. Like, it's kind of a pain as I have it set up right now. But I was like, you know what? We don't have much going on with the notes today since we kind of rearranged our schedule. So let's try and do this. And here's how it's going to work. Number one, you're not going to call us. You're just going to chat to us to get into the queue, and we'll add you to the call. Because we can't just like answer the call. It won't work. It would just go. It would hang up on you essentially. So I can't do it that way. So we'll just get you in line, and we're going to talk to a few people here. Make sure that your microphone is working, and that your camera is working before you call in.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's number one.
This is going to be such a mess.
I know. Oh, man. So we'll try that. Here's the call-in Skype name. It's Brograph Calls. Okay, Brograph Calls, all one word. So add that. Just hit us up on Skype, and we're going to try it. We're going to try it. Hopefully these people I was talking to earlier are still around. I know we were talking to Brian Beam. So I'm just going to hit him up and see if we can call him.
Another thing from the week, Motion Hatch. They just released their new freelance contract bundle or whatever for both the US and the UK. We're going to have Haley on the show in a couple weeks to talk about that. So that's exciting. I think they've got a special introductory rate right now. Let me see if I can find what it is. I apologize. Let's see. Discounted price of £197, approximately $258 until Friday at midnight UK time. So if you're looking to get a pretty, I watched the Monday meeting about it this week. She was on, and it's pretty in depth. It's pretty cool. So. Cool. If you don't want to do your research and you just want to straight up buy one, there you go.
All right. Well, I am going to attempt to add someone into this call.
Okay.
Well, wait. How do you? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Nickname 1718. You're really right. I mean, we should be using Discord, but because we hate on Skype, we just got to get that other setup first.
That's part of the reason is that that is a huge resource suck. If you're on the current system we're on. That's why our new system will be all Discord.
Yes.
All right. I'm adding Brian. Let's see what happens. Brian Beam. Hopefully this works. Hopefully all my screen things work here when he calls in, because I haven't calibrated him in a while.
It's not going to work.
You're watching it all. This is live.
I mean, it'll be great for the audio.
The fun stuff.
It'll be great for the audio. The video may be a little
because it'll be edited.
Funky.
Yeah. Is he there?
At one side.
Oh, dang it. Okay, he was about to get in a call with School of Motion.
Oh, okay.
And they just called him while I was calling. Okay, so
you're talking about. I would not want to do chat roulette.
Chat roulette on here? No.
There's so many dogs. Come on, Billy. Where you at?
All right. Okay, I'm talking to Dan Marino, making sure he's ready.
All right.
Because he's on here. Liam's on here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Wieners everywhere.
All right. Alrighty. So I got to remember where I was at now. God, Skype is just such a disaster. All right. Adding Dan Marino to the call. Emmett Smith, you're on the air. Let's see if this works.
Troy Aikman.
Oh, something's happening.
Hello. Can you see me?
Hello.
It did work.
How's it going? Right. We can't see you, though.
Oh, no. Hold on.
No.
There we go.
Okay.
Hello, caller. Hey,
Hello.
we're wearing the same shirt.
Oh, see, it almost worked.
We're Twinkies.
I told you it was going to be messed up. Look at that. Okay, well, you guys start talking, and I'll just fix the stream.
What's going on, Mr. Marino?
Oh, a lot. I left my full-time job, went freelance.
Yeah. How's freelance working?
It's interesting. No, I kind of picked a bad time going into Q4.
Okay.
But no, it's been good. I've been working on a lot of Christmas specials, like
Yeah.
like you
See,
messaged.
I found that Q4 is like really good. Like our
Mhm.
Q4 always like basically gets us through Q1 of the next
Right.
year. You
See,
know?
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty different for me. I mostly do work for agencies,
Mhm.
and their Q4 is usually
Yeah, they
really
normally start
tight
slowing down.
budget.
Yeah.
Q1 is really when it picks up, and like I swear, every like mid-January, second week of January, I always get hit up like, "Hey, you looking for a new job?"
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
no,
know. Like we've done a lot of the past few years. We've done a lot of Christmas stuff, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and like we said a couple weeks ago, now's the time to start, hitting people up for Christmas stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This year we've got another Busch Gardens Christmas one that we're doing. Am I allowed to talk about that? I think
Sure.
we're allowed to talk. Sure. All right. What else? Yeah. So
Got some
I don't
holiday
know.
card stuff we're doing for some different places.
Yeah.
3D holiday cards.
We've
and
come
things.
up with a general idea of what we want to do for our new Nexus Motion Christmas card that we send
Yeah.
out.
Mhm.
So
nice.
that's exciting. So let me ask you. So you quit your job, went freelance, right?
Yep.
Did you? We've been talking a lot about this in the Slack for the past few days. Because people are talking about like, getting jobs or staying freelance or blah blah blah. Did you do what everyone recommends and like save up 3 months of money and then like start getting a whole bunch of clients, or did you just say screw it, I'm going for it?
Kind
Or
of.
did you get fired?
Kind
I
of an
can't
in between. Kind of an in between of all of that. Yeah. No. So I have a large network of different companies I've worked for in the past. So and they always hit me up, and I would do freelance kind of on the side, like nights and weekends every once in a while. So I kind of knew I had a network to fall back on, and even when I quit, like pretty quickly,
Mhm.
I hit up like 5 friends, and they were instantly like, "Yeah, we got a ton of work for you. Like,
Cool.
we got you." So, and I mean, since then, this has been my Bible.
Yep.
There you go.
Freelance Manifesto.
Yeah, I've gotten an additional like 6-7 clients since then, and it's only been less than a month. So
That's good.
It's an exciting time.
Yeah, dude. How are you liking freelance life versus working for the man?
It's great. I mean, luckily I kind of have my own home office right now.
Yeah.
I split a 3-bedroom, so the 3rd bedroom is our shared office, but which is really convenient. I also I partner with another company called Nova Concepts. That's novaconceptsny.com. But they are gracious enough to also share another studio space with me, and we collaborate a lot and share a lot of resources and overflow clients and whatnot. So it's
cool.
It's been really interesting.
Yeah. That's the way to do it. That is totally the way to do it. And it's smart of you to hit up all your friends. I was mentioning this in the Slack chat the other day. When I got fired from the job where Dave and I met, like my wife wasn't the first one I called. It was my old boss saying, "Hey, I'm available for freelance work." Because I knew that when I was calling my wife, I needed to have a backup plan in place.
Right.
So,
But it's all good because I'm already doing this, and this.
Yep. Yeah.
Don't freak out. It's all good. Yeah.
So cool. So what do you?
I do highly recommend have a few months saved up, just in case. So
yeah.
I definitely made sure that was the case before I just jumped ship. But
yeah. Well, good. You want to show off?
At the moment, right now, no. I've been doing a lot of Christmas specials that were kind of like work for hire. So I jump in for like a few days and then haven't touched it since. So right now I've been working on like my own stuff.
That's good.
My website and reel is pretty outdated, so I really need to get that up to par. So I'm working on danmarino.me 2.0.
Cool.
And, that's my website if you want to check it out.
DanMarino.me. I was gonna say
Dot
because
me.
there's probably already a DanMarino.com, right?
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah.
Dang, web
Highly
squatters.
coveted.
Yeah, web squatters.
We were talking about that earlier on the Slack. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's tough. Why should I change my name? He's the one who sucks.
What's that from?
Michael.
Office Space.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh man. All right. So next week we're going to be in New York.
Yes,
we're doing a meetup
that's
on.
where I'm from. I'll see you guys there.
What's the details on that, Matt? You posted it in the Slack
it'll be
earlier.
The 16th at 8 p.m. at Purgatory. Is that what it's called? Is that what it is?
Perdition.
Perdition.
Oh yeah, no. Perdition.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the I think
48th. I want to say.
There you go. So it'll be there. Be there at 8. So it'll be fun. We'll hang out. Yeah, I'll hit up Paul Babb, see if he wants to show up. You know, that'll be cool.
Yeah, he was
and
there
then
last
I know we've got quite a few people who are going to show up. So it'll be fun. It'll be super fun.
Yeah, I've been telling a lot of people. Tokyo Megaplex, he's been telling.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So
it's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
yes, it will. All right. Cool. Thanks for calling in, man.
All right. Yeah, man. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, man.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
All right. Who we got next, Dave?
All right. Next up. Oh, see, here's the problem.
What's the problem?
Here's my video problem.
What's your
I
video?
see what's going on now. Okay, well, I'm going to have to work on this a bit. So just watch the top of my head for now.
That's
Well,
funny.
I add in our next caller. Our next caller is your brother from another mother.
What's up, Damon? Where's Damon?
I'm gonna add him in here. You gotta start working. Come on, for the love of God.
If I want to call him, I have to find my Skype login. Come on, Billy. Do it.
Oh, Billy. All right,
Do it.
adding in. I'm just gonna go back to the 3X pod here.
Can you just stay in the
both
3X
halves of my
pod?
body. I'll just have to stay in the 3X pod
That's
until he
fine.
comes into the call. Should be ringing now. Do 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 do.
I like that half of your face is on one side and then half of your body.
Yeah,
is
that's
on
what I'm
the other.
saying. Yeah, it doesn't go back and forth. Thanks, Skype. You're great. There we
There
go.
we go.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know if my camera's working or not.
Oh no.
Well, no, I mean it works. It was unplugged and I plugged it in while Skype was running, and now it won't activate it. So I was trying to.
That's Skype for you.
I was trying to like reset Skype before you called.
All right. It's all
There you
right.
go.
We'll talk to you in audio only. That'll work.
Yeah.
It's all good. So how
What's
are
up,
things
Mr.
going?
Milstead?
Oh wait, hold on. It may work. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Ah, there we
Oh,
go.
nice.
All right, go back
Sweet.
to 3.
All right, going back
Go
to
back
3.
Oh my gosh.
Just trying
funny.
to deal with computers working, trying to on the 16th, so I got to travel for it. So I'm trying to get all this stuff done and
Where
cinched up.
where are you located again?
I'm in Port Richey, Florida, like about
Oh,
an hour north
Florida.
of Clearwater. Yeah.
Okay.
So the store pretty much hasn't. I mean, it's like gray and a little bit breezy and a little bit windy outside, but nowhere near like that video that was just posted. Like that's just Jesus.
Yeah. Is it now? How's the business in Florida? Like,
There is none.
there? Yeah, I mean, because I was thinking, how far away from Orlando are you?
About 2 hours.
Okay, so are you the opposite way as Tampa?
No, Tampa's about an hour south of me, 40 minutes south of me.
Okay.
Depending, 35 minutes, 40 minutes.
Okay.
south.
Yeah. See, I've always thought that I would think because Disney is there, and all the different, theme parks and stuff like that, that there would be a lot of video business needed. But I mean,
You have to have
I don't
like,
know.
a freaking like master's degree in something to get a job at Disney.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah, it's-
somebody at Disney, like a freelance gig at Disney for years. I forgot who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Might be in one of my other chats or something like that. But yeah, I mean, there's guys that like, oh, I got an internship at Disney. I'm like, have fun doing that for 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Dave. I thought you were going to say.
No, I was just watching the Adam Ruins Everything about internships yesterday.
Oh, I didn't see that. What
Yeah.
what does he ruin this time?
That internships are garbage,
Well, yeah.
like completely.
Well,
For the
it's free labor
experience.
in most
Yeah.
cases. It's
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
especially for what we do, doing an internship for what we do, it's great if you're a student. By all means,
Mhm.
sure. You know, it kind of gets you some experience and may get you a little
Mhm.
insight into how It seems like there's so many people out to get us nowadays. Honestly, because it's and it was weird because I was having a discussion with somebody. Like the whole thing that happened with Octane with me.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah,
I
which
mean,
you were-
don't get me wrong,
You
go
were
ahead.
chatting with Jules the other day, right?
Based on my post yesterday, because I posted, it wasn't like a hey fuck you Octane. Sorry, I don't know if you're not allowed to use language
Yeah.
on this thing.
Watch your F bombs.
Watch
There's
the F-bombs.
it wasn't like an F Octane kind. There was like, hey guys, listen, I really like you guys have features that are really valuable to us right now as artists. The
Mhm.
denoiser and the faster load times.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, it's
Mhm.
not a production ready thing. And everybody. So I was just simply saying, hey, this is the issues I'm having. Where are we at? And then Jules actually just messaged me personally on Facebook. He's like, hey, what's going on, man?
Nice.
What do you? And so I was just talking to him. And I think he kind of addressed the issues, going, that's where we're at with things. I'm like, all right, cool. And I was like, oh, hey, real quick, I haven't been able to get a definitive answer on this new node thing for V4 because originally, as far as I know, those decks they put out said
Mhm.
that licensed users were getting a free node with version 4. But then I think a buddy of mine asked, and he said, oh no, you're going to be able to rent nodes for $10 a month.
Yeah.
And so I asked him about that, and he was just like, hey, so if you want, if you email me at info@otoy.com, I'll just get you another node. And I'm like, wait,
I should've
seriously?
given out that email address.
And he's just like, well, I mean, he knew it was coming from me.
Right.
But yeah, and then he's like, oh, do you need dongles for offline use? And I'm like, sure.
Interesting that
Okay.
they're going the dongle route,
Yeah, it does seem a bit 1995.
right?
Why did they remove offline rendering with the latest builds? Like, I
I
just
don't know.
noticed
For
that.
hacking reasons.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it probably has something to do with like, You know,
Because if you
like-
can hack it to offline, then that's the hack, right? If you have to have a dongle for offline, then that means if you don't have a dongle, which means that you're a paying customer, then
Mhm.
you have to online activate, and that's the only way you can do it. So that's how they keep the piracy out.
yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, them and XP are the only ones who've successfully done it, consistently. Those are the only two programs you really can't crack,
Otoy,
Mhm.
Octane was cracked like,
Well,
three,
like, I
what
think-
was it, 3 or 2.7 or
Yeah,
something like that?
something
Yeah,
was.
before 3 got released, there was a cracked version. 'Cause I know
But
with
I think
Redshift-
that's why.
yeah.
Yeah, because
So-
Redshift, there's I think like 2.5 or something like that was the last Redshift one that was cracked.
I think it. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's like you
so-
can't update everything. Like, when these things update so fast now, and it's like,
Yeah.
why would you just spend what is it? A few $100 and just
Yeah.
have it.
5
You know.
or 600 for Octane, but like
Well, I think for a
honestly,
lot of
we spent that.
artists-
How long ago did we buy that? And we
Yeah.
haven't had to pay an upgrade fee in a really long time.
And the upgrade fees
versus-
are nothing.
Versus
Well-
Redshift, I've had to pay for it twice now.
Oh, you
Mhm.
have to
Yeah.
pay to upgrade Redshift?
You basically pay for it once, and
Yearly.
then you pay the maintenance. Yeah, which is like $250.
Oh,
Or
okay.
something.
I
just had
gotcha.
to
Even that,
update my maintenance.
Well, the
I haven't
maintenance
been
fees are
using
kind of-
mine.
Oh,
What?
man, those kind of sorry.
No,
No, I haven't used mine. That's the
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah, we
like,
got 2 licenses of Redshift, and Dave wasn't using it because he was just so in the Octane mode.
And
but
busy
me, me,
working
I
on
like
it.
to,
Yeah.
I like to learn them all.
Well,
I
I
gotta
want
catch them all.
I really want to learn Redshift, but I mean, I've spent years now learning how to, because everybody knows that Octane does kind of have that instant cool factor. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can drop a scene in there and quickly get something really cool. But Octane is a very deep software, and a lot of people don't
Here's-
take that time to learn the method.
Here-
So
Here's the thing with Octane that I've found. So I moved from Cinema 4D regular standard to V-Ray. And then when I moved over to Octane after V-Ray, after learning V-Ray, the the way they worded stuff was very different, and your whole workflow was extremely different, than it was in V-Ray. And even standard C4D was very different than the way V-Ray was. That's why people were saying, "Oh, V-Ray, it's got such a high learning curve." Well, yeah, because you're actually learning industry standard terms and stuff like that. Once you get that down, then you could do anything. Now, moving over to Octane and not having that background, I would have been completely lost in Redshift, But V-Ray, Redshift, Arnold, they're all very similar in the way they work, and they're nothing like Octane. Octane is like a whole nother beast.
Octane's more user-friendly, kind of like how people have been asking. I've been seeing in some of the message boards, like, why is everybody using Octane with Cinema 4D? What's the big deal about Cinema 4D? And it's like, well, it's depending. I mean, I've used Maya, I've used Max, and I've used Blender, but primarily, I didn't really want to get into characters or anything like that when I got into motion design. So Cinema 4D seemed like the more practical, easy to get into software for me personally.
Yeah, I got into it because Dave taught me.
Well, it was a weird progress for me. I mean, I come from a traditional background of drawing, and then I got into graphic design in high school. I took a vocational class, did graphic design for a lot of years. Then I dated a girl who was going to school for motion design, so I started picking up After Effects, and through After Effects, Cinema 4D, and then it's just been a long evolution for like over 25 years.
So what was the problem, Matt, that you were having? Yeah.
Sorry.
Now, what was the problem? So we have four or five licenses of Octane, and one of yours was saying it was online. I think this is part of that problem with one of yours today said it was already activated somewhere.
Yeah, the power has been going out in my neighborhood a lot because they're building this neighborhood, so they, stuff happens. But I think the other day I had I think this is what happened. I had my node up, or my daemon up, or whatever. So yeah, it should be like, I think because my power went out, it was still logged in, and now it's in offline mode or something like that. I don't know, like because it didn't release it.
So you have to go manually release. You can still manually release it on the site, right? I haven't done that with 4.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you can. I don't know. I don't know for sure.
Oh, okay.
Normally I go into the settings in the plugin and just sign out if like I'm going to do a new build of Windows or something like that. I don't know if that applies to you guys.
Just in case.
Yeah, that's smart.
So let's talk about Monday morning meeting real quick. So I wasn't able to go watch it this Monday, but you were talking the previous Monday, and we talked last week about what all that was and everything. But as far as Monday morning meeting itself, was it helpful for you to be able to hop in and talk to people and get advice?
I thought that was incredibly awesome. Honestly, I mean, I was overwhelmed with appreciation for that you guys were willing to do that. It opened my eyes to a lot of things that I've had to really seriously think about going forward with contracts I take or with jobs I take. And also even lately, the last couple of days, that Matt's been saying in there about how, like, we all at one time work for the man. You know what I mean? And we feel we're good enough that we can do this on our own and sustainably do it. And that's where you got to get. We're like, literally the last month or so, I've been working no less than 12 hours a day. But I'm also trying to cram again because I got a kid on the way in February where I'm trying to get a bunch of money set aside so I can take a couple months off after the kid's born, so I don't have to worry about nothing. The bills are paid. I could just really relax. Because last time, when I had my son, that I was working full time at the time, and I was still trying to get my freelance going. While anybody with a kid knows that first 6 weeks, if you and your wife don't kill each other, you'll be fine. But that first 6 weeks is crazy. So I'm doing that now, where like I'm getting through these last couple jobs, because I did do that. I'm doing that music video with that kid. That's it's only a couple grand, but it's a lot of fun. It's right up my alley. It's using stuff that I've built and I've designed, and it's more fun about it, and it's it's helping this kid out. So really, it hasn't stressed me out. But like this last job that was going on, where there was all these revisions, literally now we're in a holding pattern, because finally the producer I was working with went after the client for overages. Finally, he'd been adding overages out of their own pocket to pay me, because this was like a 2-week job that now has gone on over 6 weeks. And now, I guess the other day, he's like I was like, am I rendering or what? And he's like, oh, hold on that. We got to wait to hear from them. And now I guess they're like, oh, well, we need to circle back. And he's like, well, I have an artist here. Do I release him or what? So right now I'm free. But no matter what, in a week, if on Monday they go, hey, we don't know what we're doing, I'm getting paid the rest of my money. So the guy I'm working with, at least, is really awesome. So that's kind of helpful.
That's good.
But yeah, no, I'm sorry to address the question. That was incredible.
Yeah.
It was really great to have that resource.
You know, the you mentioning us all chatting on Slack about business and stuff. My biggest thing that I was stressing, I think it was yesterday. I was like kind of fired up about it, like basically saying freelance is awesome. Working freelance is awesome because there's no cap to how much you can or can't make. You know, when I used to tell myself, you know, and tell my wife all the time, when we're rich, you know, when we make $1 million or whatever, this is what we're going to do. We're going to buy this. We're going to get a pool. We're going to go on vacations to all these cool places. And it's like, when you're working for the man, you know, and not freelancing, you have a set, there's no way you're going to get to that point unless you're a great investor, you know, and you know how to make money from other money or whatever, you know,
or you're getting in an extreme management position where you're
right. Or you're making enough money to where you can afford that stuff. But the thing is, a good majority of us, if we go and work for, you know, average pay, working for the man is not necessarily the best in order to be able to take lavish vacations and, you know, build pools and, you know, get a really nice house and stuff like that. You're stuck at a certain rate.
Yeah, even if you're really good, even if you're making, let's say you're making $100,000 a year, like how much further can you go beyond that?
Right.
And if you're bringing in clients into the door, you know, maybe you get a small commission, but you know.
Here's the thing, and here's the biggest thing is, no matter how much you think you are a asset and valuable to a company, they will get rid of you for no reason at all.
Yep.
They don't have to keep you around just because they think you're an asset. They can completely pivot and change the way they do things, and you could be out of a job tomorrow.
They'll expect you to be loyal to them, but not vice versa.
Exactly. There's no loyalty. There's no way to build creditor loyalty with employers anymore. They don't care.
Right.
And even somebody like me in the company I was working for is the only guy pretty much that did what I did.
Yeah.
I mean, only guy that could do it, but they didn't care.
It doesn't matter. Like the job that I got fired for, you know, they had to lay off a video guy and they had to lay off a graphics guy. Well, I wasn't Dave. And then I also wasn't best friends with the owner. So I'm the one who ended up getting the boot, even though they ended up screwing themselves because I was both a graphics guy and an editor. But they don't care.
And I needed you because you were like my super fast edit graphics guy in the pipeline that I could just like throw projects at because I was doing the management. I'm like, who am I going to give all these projects to now?
Yeah. So the bottom line is, even if you're working for the man right now, you need to have some sort of stream of freelance work. I think, me personally, I think
if you're okay with losing that time.
Yeah, or some sort of secondary income that's coming, you know, that you can make, whether it be selling models through TurboSquid or, you know, selling tutorials online or something like that. I think everyone should have some sort of, you know, backup. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was working on before, because I was very naive about that. I was thinking like I had a product that they really wanted to sell, but they're the kind of company that's just like, well, if we can get it for way cheaper and less quality, we don't need you. We don't care. Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm at, because I just did a video from my previous employer. I did a video editing job with them. And I'm posting, and basically it's a video about store renders, the stuff that I was doing for them. And they have two guys. They have one guy that does looks like a hardware render with textures on it. It looks like SketchUp. Okay. So, and then they have the one video I did 3 years ago, my very first ArchViz project, as well as the first, I just got into Octane. So it looked great when I did it 3 years ago, but now looking at it going, wow. And so I was talking to the creative director that I was doing it. Like, I was talking to her, I'm like, you guys realize, you know, this is a weird like cycle we're in, because like you guys are telling me I'm no longer an employee because you guys wouldn't put forward the money to invest in me as a 3D modeler for you. But yet you're promoting 3D modeling and 3D videos with this crap, this horrible look. Well, we have customers that's fine with that. And I'm like, are you guys fine with that? That's the bottom line. Oh, well, yeah. Well, I'm like, well, there you go. So you're never going to make the money selling this stuff to be able to afford to pay me to do it high quality for you guys because this is what you're selling the customers.
Mhm.
And she's like, well, if you were still part of the team, I'm like, what, making $18 an hour doing this? I don't think so. It's not how it works.
Yeah.
I like the freedom of the hours too, because if you've got a kid who's got something going on at school, you can be like, oh, I'll just go up to their field day and just hang out. And then if you want to take a day off, you can. And if you want to work weird fluid hours like I do, oh my gosh, like I work later. I work later and I go to bed. I go to bed later and then I sleep in a little more. And
Dave and I
sometimes
kind of split our days in half. Like ever since my kids started going to school, I'm a 8 to 3 guy and he's like
I'm like
11,
10,
12.
No.
Well, I don't know. I don't normally I don't
call you right
I would
when
get
I get
on
up.
Skype with you at like 9 back when you were in normal schedule, but now it's just like you just call me whenever.
Yeah, I'm more of a 10 to 7 kind of guy now.
Yeah.
And sometimes I work, like last night, I spent 6 hours sitting in bed working on a fun plugin, that's going to help me later on this week with another project. So being able to just work when you want, or just take your laptop and go to Starbucks and just, have that pumpkin spice latte and, and work on, it's just it's fun. It's freeing. So it's a lot of fun. So
yeah, I'm still learning. I'm still learning my own boundaries with this as well. Where, like I said, I mean, I've just got the mindset where I'm like, oh, I've got to work as long as it takes to get it done. And instead of, saying with the clients, we're explaining to a client, like, well, I need this. When can you get this done? I'm like, well, how many hours a day do you work? You work in 8 hours? Why shouldn't I work 8 hours? Why should I work double the hours to get you something to make you look good? And again, my kid's about to be 2 and I don't get to spend hardly any time with him because even though like I'm keeping an eye on him because my wife's at work, because she's literally gone 10 hours a day. Whether she works at night or she works during the day. If she works during the day, she doesn't get home till 7 o'clock. And then if she works at night, she leaves at 2 or 3. Yeah. So, and then I'm here in my office while my kid is, playing or watching TV, and I'm not getting to spend any time with him. And it's just, why am I doing this? Why am I busting my buns to make this money if not to provide for my kid? And it's like, why provide for him if I'm not spending any time with him? Yeah. It's a crappy cycle.
Yeah, but you'll get there.
You need to raise your rates.
I know you'll get there. Yeah,
I haven't felt confident enough to do that. I'm at 5 a day. But I've been doing this now for 2 years. And I see again. I really kind of I don't know. It was a pride thing. Like I said, I really kind of screwed myself when I really didn't just plaster everywhere that I worked on an Imagine Dragons job. I just felt because it was people's artwork,
you can
not
still
mine.
do that.
I know I'm going to. I grabbed the GIFs off the guy's website that I did the job for, and I'm going to start promoting it because that's what a friend of mine did. He's like 22 years old, and this kid's working every single day. Yep. Like he's bringing me on to a Travis Scott job.
Go watch our first DFW C4D video that Barton Damer did about your calendar and your time and your rates. Yep. I think it'll be good inspiration for you.
You work and work and work until you're losing sleep, and then you raise your rates. And then, the work dies off a little bit because you've raised your rates, but then, you're making more money. So it evens it out, but then you work and work and work and work and work. And then you raise your rates again once you start losing sleep, It's true.
By the way,
that's what Dave and I have done, Work.
DFW C4D will be November 15th.
November 15th this year.
November 15th this year.
DFW C4D.
This
Texas.
That'll be in Dallas.
Whose house are we crashing at?
There you go. Matt, you got plenty of room.
Yeah.
Me, not so much. But if you want to come down, man, that'd be awesome. Or does it come up?
Come over?
Come over?
Over.
Come to the left.
Yeah, I'm in Central Florida. Yeah, I think if like I said, I think like with what Liam was saying about that, like I really want to start getting to more of these events with you guys. Because I feel I'm a solid artist. I don't think I'm like insanely awesome. I'm not an Emmy award winning artist. But I think also the character aspect of things as well, whereas in the industry, other guys who are bigger than me get to know me, it's a lot easier for them to go, hey, you know what, I think I got this job. Anybody looking for, oh, cool, this guy Damon's available. Yeah, definitely. Because my skills are one thing, but the personality and the reliability of referring somebody is a big deal as well. So I think that's definitely something I want to I want to start doing. I think I got a job starting at the beginning of November, but if it's done around that time, heck yeah, I'll freaking come out.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you being on.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, no, thanks for inviting me.
Cool. All right. We'll talk to you on the Slacks.
Later.
All right.
I gotta be careful not to like hit hang up on mine.
Right.
when
Yeah,
I'm
don't
saying
do that.
bye.
All right. Just deal with my half head for a minute while we
Yeah.
get our next caller on.
Who's our next?
Oh, wait. Can I let it be a surprise?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. I'm going to let it be a surprise. Let's see. How do I do?
What's up, Kevin Rupp? We love you.
Do. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yes. Adding in now. There we go. Stand by.
New phone. Who dis?
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
What's up, boys?
How's it going?
Doing pretty good. How are you guys?
I think
Good.
you got your microphone on the wrong input for Skype.
Oh. Yeah.
It's going good.
Tap your mic a little bit. Let's see. Oh no, that's the right one.
Is that
That's
the right one? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Sound a
tapped.
little distant.
That's okay. No, you sound
All
fine. We can deal with it. It's
Maybe
all
I'll,
good.
maybe I'll get a little closer, a little more intimate here. Is
Oh,
that
there you
better?
go. That's getting better. That's
Okay, cool. I'll
Yeah.
get a little closer.
One
So
of my
what's going
favorite
on?
people in the whole world. Is there a big delay?
I don't know.
There's definitely a delay. I had to just mute my. I had YouTube up in the background. So.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh yeah.
I
No
was
wonder.
like, oh my god, I'm losing my mind.
There we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's
So
funny.
what's been going on? What you been up to?
Oh, nothing really. Just prepping to go to Adobe Max here. So leaving out on Friday for Adobe Max, and then the Beeple party, the Beeple show.
gonna be at the
whatever.
Beeple
Oh,
party?
you're gonna be there?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Heck yeah,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah, I'll be in San Diego, so I'll drive up that night, and then be a part of it. You guys both going?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
we'll both be there.
Sweet.
We are flying from New York City to LA that day
Just for the party.
just for the party, and
That's
then
not a
leaving
long
the next
flight.
day.
No big deal.
Hey, where are you staying?
I've got my brother-in-law in San Diego.
Okay.
Before that, I'll be at the Marriott. But by the
Okay.
time the Beeple thing's going on, I won't be staying in LA.
Because we booked an Airbnb, but I tried to, but then it canceled it. So I need to find us an Airbnb or somewhere to stay.
Yeah. No, because I'm going up with Adobe at Adobe Max, and they're taking care of all the stay and all that stuff.
Nice.
Nice.
That's nice.
Hell yeah.
Well, that works out great. I can't believe how many people are going to this event.
Oh my gosh, there's gonna be so many.
It is going to be huge, right?
Yeah.
It's over 1,300 people so far. So
No. 1,300 people have RSVP'd.
I haven't
Right.
See, I haven't even RSVP'd, but
Dude,
I didn't know. I didn't look at the site. I just saw that he like posted it up. I was like, oh, sweet.
yeah, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to meeting a couple new people there too. I've never met Ash. I'm looking forward to meeting.
Oh, is
him.
Ash gonna be there?
He
I mean, I
said
would
he
assume.
yeah.
said he was going. So
Cool.
Who
or he
else?
said he wasn't going. So that probably like in a sarcastic way. So I'm sure he's going. But yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
who else is going?
I don't know. Is David Ariev going? I would
Arya
assume
will
he
be
is,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. The only person I've been chatting with is Mike about it. So
Yeah.
that's really all I know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
How's,
What are you working
uh,
on right now?
Yeah.
I am doing stuff for Adobe actually.
Oh, cool.
I
I noticed you've been doing a lot of Adobe stuff. That's good.
Yeah, I've got like a tutorial coming out for them soon. I don't know what I can talk about, but they've got like a site they're doing. They've got some training, so something will come out with that, and I'll be posting stuff real soon talking about it. So it'll be out there.
Maxon Rick's going to be there. He just said in the chat.
Oh yeah,
Maxon Rick.
All the Maxon dudes are going, right? So
I would hope
we got
so,
Rick,
yeah.
we got
Figured.
Matthias and Paul, I believe, are all going to be there. So
Is Paul gonna be there?
I don't know.
Because I
know
I don't
Matthias is
think
going.
so. No,
Sure.
because
yeah, probably not because he's going to be with us.
Yeah, he's gonna be
Oh,
with
Unless he's
us.
taking a flight with
sure.
us
Yeah,
down
yeah.
there. But
Yeah, no, I think his daughter lives in New York, and I think he's
We're gonna
spending the
stay, yeah.
weekend there with her.
Got
So
So
Yeah.
Rick, Matthias, yeah, I'll be hanging out with them at Max.
yeah, Paul will make it. He'll be in New
Cool.
York.
With 1,300 people, I think the question is who isn't going to be there.
Yeah,
Am I right?
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, by the way, let's talk about this this Beeple clothing
Dude.
line.
That's so nasty, isn't it? It's awful.
What
It's
in
so
the
nasty.
What in the world, dude? Like Beeple clothing?
Yeah,
I love it,
and,
dude.
and not just like Beeple clothing. We're talking like Louis Vuitton. You know
Louis
what I mean?
Vuitton,
We're not
Beeple
talking
clothing.
like Target.
This ain't no Amazon
Here.
merch.
Yeah, this isn't Threadless. This
Yeah.
is this is Louis Vuitton. This is next level. I think it's awesome just because I think it's going to shed light to all of us. I think it's good for our entire industry. Looking at the fashion industry now with eyes on motion design and what it is that we're doing. I don't know. I see a lot of openings that are going to be made from this now.
Mm-hmm.
Fashion industry's peeping into Beeple and his everydays and what he's doing. I think it's just going to open the door. So,
Dan Marino in the chat said all my Beeple shirts are now worth more because he's been on Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
I'm just gonna make my own on Amazon merch out of
Right.
Beeple. And then I'll rip them a little bit and
Right.
stretch them out and
Right.
do something crazy with it, like put something big and fluffy on the shoulders and
Right.
high fashion.
High fashion.
Yes. So I was
Yeah.
just catching up on the. I'm a couple behind on your podcast, but I just started listening
That's
to the
okay.
one where you guys got back from Iceland. So I'm a couple behind here, but
That one
That's okay.
one was a little low energy. The week after was pretty good.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I think last week's was really good.
Yeah, that was last week's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So check that out. Yeah, that's it. That was a good one. And then I can't wait till we can get David Ariev back on the show too, man. It's been too long
I know.
since he's been on. We did that breakdown a while back, but he
Yeah.
used to be on like every other week.
He's too
Yeah,
popular.
he was. It was
He's
like
too
you
popular.
three always.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
I have a feeling. I have a feeling at the Beeple show, I've got a bunch of my graduates that are out in LA. So I have a feeling. You guys, I have a feeling a handful are going to be there. So
That'll be great. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Man, it's gonna be such a fun. It'll be such a fun show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much work for one day of work or for one day of
Yeah.
hanging out.
Oh man, we're not
I
going to
wonder.
sleep.
I wonder
are we?
how that linked up, right? I wonder. Like because it's like another company that's like holding the party with him, right? That's like
I have no
planning
idea.
the party, and stuff like that. I wonder if like he reached out to them or I don't
know.
care, I guess, but
I don't know, Mike. We need you to call in.
Right.
yeah,
We do need to have him back on the show.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. Well,
he's not
we should
living
have
in
him on-
Paris. He's not going to be associating with us anymore.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
hobnobbing with the greats, the
Yeah.
fashion greats.
He's gonna go hang out with Louis and Vuitton. know.
Yeah.
Yeah, are those two different people?
I have no idea. I think Louis Vuitton is one person.
Yeah, I think it's one person.
So-
But then the joke wouldn't have been funny though.
Right.
How's school going? What are class regular semesters? Do you finish the semester like in November? Like it's not like trimesters or anything weird at your school.
It's right now. This is my favorite semester. I do like an advanced 3D course this semester, and we go through like right now we're doing organic modeling. We just started that, but we just finished up hard surface modeling. So we do hard surface modeling and UV texturing, and then organic model and UV texturing, because it's hard too. Because like I teach animation. But when I'm teaching 3D courses, and you can't. What are you going to animate if you don't have good models and you don't have good textures? It just looks like crap. So no one wants to watch a good animation with crappy models and crappy
Yeah.
texturing. So we last semester it was like intro to 3D. So we do a lot of the interface stuff, a lot of the stuff that. Unfortunately for me, it's like not all that interesting. Like I'm so tired of teaching the interface and like going through the and then you get to teach like theory. It's not like just tech, but it's like talking about how things work and how global illumination works and and breaking that stuff down.
Yeah, but still, I like. It's funny. Like that stuff is. You don't think about it, but that stuff is surprisingly important. You know,
It is,
you
yeah.
don't like me personally, when I was learning all this stuff, like I didn't know what any of these terms were. You know, I
just kind
knew,
of know what it does. It looks cool.
You're just like, oh, hit on global illumination, and then it makes it look pretty. You know, it looks more realistic.
Mhm.
Oh, ambient occlusion, that just like makes shadows everywhere. You know, and it's like, it wasn't until like years and years of doing the same stuff over and over again that I finally actually learned what it means. You know, and still to this day, I find, you know, that occasionally I'll be like, oh, that's what that means. Oh, that's how you use that. Oh, you know, this is basic knowledge that I should have known years ago.
Yeah. Teaching has made me so much smarter and so much more aware, because when I got into it, like I was teaching animation, like I mentioned, and I didn't even know what the stuff was. I just knew how to do it. And so I was like, oh, those are the animation principles. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that that was an animation principle. I just knew what it looked like in the graph editor or the F-curve editor, you know? Okay. And the same thing goes with all of the render settings, and so I can teach it and in the best way that they can understand it. So I've learned so much because of that. I've become a better animation teacher, or a better animator, after being an animation teacher. So that's
one cool thing that I've always heard, is that if you want to be better at your job, teach it to someone.
Yeah.
Oh man, the tutorials, like when, you know, remember when we used to be a tutorial site? When I was doing tutorials, I was learning so much, and like recently it's just been, you know, if you think that there's any time to spend on this podcast beforehand, no. I literally sit down and do show notes for like an hour the night before, if I can, and then like sit down in front of this 30 minutes before we go live, and that's it. So it's like learning new techniques and stuff. I don't really get to learn this stuff until I'm doing a tutorial. So like I'm learning so much about fields right now because I'm prepping for this talk at NAB East, and otherwise I probably wouldn't know anything about fields. And so it's the only way. Not the only way, but you know, it's one of the best ways, I feel.
Yeah, and students have so many questions that, you know, they run into issues, and I'm like, man, I have no idea. I've never seen that issue pop up before. Or they're just using stuff that I don't use. Like I had a student just the other day, and they're like, hey, how does the feather object done any project? And they're like, I want to make a bird. How do I do feathers? And I'm like, I have no idea. Let's just take a look really quick and see. And you just start mashing stuff together, and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's not really all that complicated. This is how it works.
So to make you a good asset for a job that you might have, or to be a good freelancer, one of the things that you have to learn then is how to be able to easily figure things out.
Yeah, I mean, and how to search things, and like searching in Google is you know, something that I try to train the students on how to do. And like every now and then they'll ask a question. I'm like, all right, that's your question. What we're going to do is we're going to both look it up on our computers, and we're going to have a race. Whoever gets the answer first wins.
See, I would just jump on the Slack and be like, hey guys, I'm an idiot. Where is it? How do you do this?
Right.
Yeah. But you know, that's
resources.
good too, right? Yeah, whatever resource you need. If it's Slack, if it's Google, however, you know,
it's the whole reason we built the Slack in the first place, so I could replace it with Google. Or replace Google with it.
Yep.
Figured out the evil plan.
There's just been so many good things about teaching, but yeah, this is my favorite semester just because it's more advanced, and you know, I can learn something as well. I like learning while I'm teaching. I like being super excited about it. And the students, this is where they are able to like really think of an idea and finally be able to execute it. So yeah, it's a fun one.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, cool. I got a couple other projects going on too. I won't say the name of the client because I don't think I can right now, but it's a digital celebrity.
Is it PewDiePie? It's PewDiePie.
Wait, a digital celebrity as somebody who is only digital?
Only digital, not actual living.
Oh, it's that guy from the 80s.
It's the guy from the Gorillas.
Beat, you know.
I couldn't say who it is, but
what's his name?
But yeah,
Max something. Max Headroom. Is it Max Headroom? No.
No, it's not. But no more guessing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that one should be kind of it's so weird, and when you look at how many people, like what kind of audience they have, it's unbelievable. It's like, oh my gosh, this is a digital individual, not a living
Max
person.
Headroom was like super popular, you know.
Or Mac Tonight.
Mac Tonight. Oh my gosh, dude! I used to have nightmares about that guy.
He was creepy. I had a little foam puppet of him. It was really creepy. I had a foam puppet of him and a foam puppet of one of the California Raisins.
Oh, yeah. Did
And
you
they
hear
were
that the
both
guy who
creepy
did who created the California Raisins, the claymation guy, just died? He just
I didn't
recently
know that.
died like a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Can't watch
Well,
claymation Christmas the same way again.
Next time I eat a mini box of raisins, I'll have to like throw some down for my homies.
Pour them on the ground.
Yeah.
Pour some raisins on the ground. Or, you know,
Which is where they go.
Or next time I eat grapes, I'll throw them down and I'll just, you know, throw one down for them later.
Let it dry out a little bit.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Hey, Lorcan O'Shanahan's on the chat. What's up, dude?
What's up?
Yeah, and who's the guy you just had on? Damon? Damon
yeah.
was like just like right up from me. I gotta hit him up.
Yeah,
right
dude.
down the street from you, like
You guys
2
are like
hours.
next door neighbors.
or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are you at? Are you in Orlando?
I'm in St. Petersburg. No, like so.
Oh, that's right.
I'm like 20 minutes south of 30 minutes south of Tampa, and
Okay.
I think he's like an hour away from me.
See, I just assumed that everyone who lives in Florida lives in Orlando.
Yeah, that you know what? That's like the thing. I feel like everyone when they shit talk Florida, because I've only been here now for 4 years. They typically understand, like everyone goes to Orlando. Everyone go, and what do? They do Disney World, and people forget that Disney World and Universal used to be a swamp. You know, they built that land up, and so the climate is still like it's a marsh swamp, very humid, and people will come down typically during the summertime when their kids are off, and that is the hottest time of the year.
Hot.
And it's the most humid time.
And it rains all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So
the
the
last time we went to Disney World, it rained the entire time we were there.
That's
It was
brutal.
awful.
See, that rarely actually happens. It usually rains every single day, but it's
Like in the
an
afternoon.
hour, and then kind of
Yeah.
clears up. But yeah, along the coast, you know, it's way cooler, way less humid. Now, it's still humid, but I checked, you know, growing up in Philly and then living in Chicago, I checked the temperature there and the humidity there all throughout the summer, and typically 4 or 5% more humid and around the same exact temperature. 2% humidity and 2 degrees. I'm like, hey man, I'm on the beach though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I love it here now.
Yeah,
but
I've been to South Beach a whole lot. You know, I used to have a girlfriend who lived in Tampa, and then we drove all the way from Tampa to Key West. Like,
that's
and have you ever taken the drive from Miami to Key West?
I've never been to Key West. No.
Oh man, you should go.
I
mean, it's a heck of a drive from Tampa. It's 8 hours, but it's only 4 hours from Miami. But most of that is going 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Across gigantic
road.
Bridges.
Yeah.
But I've been to South Beach a whole bunch of times. But it is so hot there. It is so hot in Miami. One time I was there for a shoot. We were doing like a 6-day shoot. And it was all outside. It was like dealing with actors and like doing demo reels for actors and stuff like that. Just these fake demo reels. And so I took a shower. I went outside and walked across the street, and I was so sweaty I had to take another shower because it was so hot there. It was awful.
What time of year were you here?
Summer, like midsummer. Yeah. It was so bad.
So you got to figure you're so much closer to the equator here as well, you know. So that sun is intense. Even if it's like 60 degrees here in the winter, like you can still get burnt. You know, it's like the sun is still very close. So
So
all right, yo.
craziness, boys.
We got one more caller on the line.
Sweet. Well, I'll see you guys in a few days, really.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
excited.
gosh, that's coming up
Great
quick.
Got to get you on video again.
Yeah.
Every time.
Every
time.
state, how many different countries can we do it? How many different states can we do it? And then just do it.
And then we'll have a collage video here when we're done. Like 10 years of just do it.
I gotta up my game, then. I need to get like a little like rat tail on the back like he had, and the whole. I really got to go all out.
Yeah.
There you go.
We're gonna meet up for in Disney World while we're there.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I already told my wife about it. She's like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Sweet.
cool. All right, guys, good chat.
All right, man.
All right, take care.
All right, peace.
Later. All right,
got next?
then. There we go. Next caller on the line.
This is fun. I like this. We should do this once a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once I get this up and running a little bit better, I think it'll be pretty cool. I'm working on this deal here. Add.
All right.
And-
Hey, Monday Meeting has a website now.
Nice. I always call it
Yeah.
Monday Morning Meeting by accident.
MondayMeeting.org.
I like
don't know if I'm allowed
Monday.
to give that out, but it's on the Slack. So
Oh,
there you go.
true.
Archive.
There we go. I just added him. Let's see.
Okay, maybe it's not up yet, but it's coming along.
Let me just tell him real quick while y'all are watching my half head.
Who dat?
Let's see. You might have to join again. Might have to join. All right. There we go. There we
Hey,
go.
sorry, I was getting a better mic.
Who dare? Who dare?
It's all good.
Phone,
It's
who dis?
Brian Beam.
What's up,
Hello,
Brian?
How are you? Let me turn my camera on.
Yeah, we want to see
I
your
can't
pretty
see
You can
face.
see my very messy office.
Hey,
There we go.
he is.
How
What's
goes
going on,
it?
man?
If I film myself in the frame enough, like you won't be able to see the mess.
Right?
Oh, you're good. You're good. Matt, turn off your camera and turn it back on. It's being
Oh,
dumb.
boy. Let's see. Camera off.
Okay, I gotta turn the stream off.
How's that?
There you go.
Better?
You know, because Skype loves to just, go
Mess
double
things up.
size for no reason. All right, cool. What's going on?
It's hoodie weather now that it's 70 degrees. In
I know,
Texas.
right?
Right? Oh man, I'm gonna bust out my O-Toy hoodie or something. Oh wait, I
Yep.
can't give it away.
You gave
I gave it to Zubair
Oh, that's right.
because I hadn't tried it on and they run like 2 sizes too small.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm
so
wearing an
it was-
extra large, and it is like
Yeah.
the tightest jacket I've ever worn in my life.
Yeah. And
As
so
a
I
big
was
man, that
Yeah.
has
As a
always
big-
driven me crazy.
Yeah.
fat man in a little coat. So I gave it away. I gave
It's
it
just
away.
like it's like clothing shaming.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. My sister-in-law, she's from Taiwan, and so when my brother and her got married and they had their wedding in Taiwan, my parents went, and my mom, she's a relatively small woman. She was dressing up like them, like using some of the traditional Taiwanese clothes, and she had to get XL, like XXL, It was pretty funny.
Yeah, if you look on Wish.com or like some of the really kind of junky online sales things, like they'll sell clothes, and if you need the US size, like I think it
Yeah.
would be like a 5 or 6X.
Yeah,
Good Lord.
that's funny. That's funny.
Hey,
So how
so
are things?
yeah.
How's the freelance world?
It's this summer has been a real adventure. Like I'm very glad that I did it.
Mhm.
But we still haven't gotten to, I still haven't gotten to the point where there's been enough cash flow that I'm not looking at a month and a half out. And
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh crap. It was
I
like
did that when I got. That's kind of the way it was. Like maybe 2 weeks saved up every single time, but I had constant work coming in, and I was lucky on that front. But
I've had a really interesting mix of clients. I've done some agency work. Actually, it was really interesting when I first moved to town. There's an agency that I'd been interested in, and when I looked at the reel, they had the same music that I'd used in my reel, and I thought,
That's funny.
this is a sign. It was some
there
obscure
you go.
Seattle electronic band. I'm like, wow, we've got the same obscure band. It didn't happen. But when I left Rooster Teeth, my first client was them. It was kind of cool. It's like, oh, okay, things have kind of come full circle again. So I did that, and then I got to work on a concert that will air sometime in December for a guy who does a lot of awards shows, which has been a very different thing. And then I'm for a software company that I've worked with for a long time. So it's been a really kind of like not normal stuff that I would have expected. But at the same time, like it's work.
Yep.
Like this summer I spent, the agency job, it's out there now. I spent a lot of time modeling garbage cans.
That's fun.
It was
this job is totally trash, right?
It's trash.
Saying that,
and dumpsters.
You got a lot of trash jobs.
Ever need to sim a dumpster fire? I have a whole collection of dumpsters.
That's funny.
So I've spent more time staring, and if I'm walking my dog now, I can't help but start looking at the trash. It's like, oh, I did that one.
Right.
Yeah.
You start overanalyzing everything that you've modeled before because. Yeah.
Like, oh man, I totally messed up the bevel on that, the lid of that one.
Right.
While I was working on the dumpsters, actually was really helpful going out and walking the dog because I would find one of the there's that one that I'm modeling. I need to look at how the welds are on that, and took my phone out and was shooting photos, being able to find the reference by going and looking at it.
And it's like I really like the way the rotting vegetables are going over the lid on that. Let me take a photo for the texture.
Yeah, it turns out that it's much easier to do 3D renders than it is to haul dumpsters in for a photo session. So, it made sense. But, it's been an interesting thing. I'm still trying to figure out how to build the sales funnel because it seems like the things that have been coming in haven't been through any particular strategy, which has been a little concerning.
That's I don't know. I've always found that's kind of the way it is.
It's
people
word of mouth.
It is word of mouth. And I don't know if you've gotten any work from the Slack or something, but I've found that the more we do meetups and the more we talk to people and stuff like that, if there's overflow work from one person, they tend to, they'll sometimes send it to us or something like that. So I don't know.
I've not experienced that yet. I've definitely done stuff through the MDA Slack a couple of times, but it hasn't been a regular source of income. Yeah. Honestly, it's probably been more the other way around. When I was at Rooster Teeth, there were more times that I would hire people through the Slack. It definitely kind of became my I can get you a person. And being able to connect people that way was really, really useful.
Cool.
That's cool. How's the scene in Austin?
It's
here's the thing. Austin, you would think I think you would think that Austin has this amazing, awesome scene because you got a bunch of young people down there. You got also a college town, a lot of hippies.
Silicon Valley.
It's
what do they call it? Silicon Prairie or something.
Silicon Hills.
Yeah.
So it's not a term that's used.
You've got a lot of that stuff down there. I would think that the motion design industry in there would be top notch, but you never really hear about Austin being a place where, you hear New York, LA, Chicago. We're trying to build up Dallas,
Well, so part of the problem is because of the fact that Austin is in between Dallas and Houston and San Antonio. A lot of the agency work doesn't happen in town. We've got agencies, but there's a lot of B2B stuff that gets done. The prestigious kind of advertising campaigns aren't happening. Facebook has an office here, but it's definitely not oriented towards video. I forget exactly what they do, but there's clients and there's work. But one of the reasons that I was really kind of scared of leaving my job, as a motion design director at this company, was I didn't know where I could get a motion design director job anywhere else in town. Like,
Yeah,
at least in the media side, it's like, oh, well, I can't leave Rooster Teeth, because if I leave Rooster Teeth, like, where else am I going to go? Like, I would need to move to LA to be able to get an equivalent job. And so that gave me a lot of kind of trepidation.
Yeah.
You know, the scene is sort of connected. You know, there's a once a month meetup at a bar. And when I was at RT, I didn't appreciate it until I left. You know, I've been going all the time now because I'm working from home, and like it's my one opportunity a month that I know I'll be able to see some people in person. And things like the Monday meeting have been really helpful, but man, there's just times where you need to see people, like actually in flesh. Yep. And being able to go and spend time just drinking and hanging out has actually been probably one of the better things that I've done.
Well, put November 15th on your calendar.
Yeah, dude, you should come up.
Come on up.
Hop on the megabus. I need to try the megabus up to Dallas. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, we need to start doing some meetups down in Austin. Like it's only what, three hours,
3.5 hours.
You know, so 3.5 hours.
We did that one. That was pretty good.
Yeah, we did. You know, we had like maybe 10 people or so, and it was a lot of fun. That was where we met you for the first time. You know?
Oh yeah.
I specifically went out because I kind of wanted to, I don't know. Like, I feel like I've always felt kind of like I have this obligation in Austin to like be the connector. Like, people come to town, it's just like, I need to welcome you to my town.
Yeah. That's good. That's super good. You know?
So yeah, I mean, if you ever want to come down, the Austin meetup is always the first Wednesday of the month at like 6 o'clock at this bar called Liberty Bar. But you'd be more than welcome to come down. How
many people do you normally get to show up?
It depends on the month. If the weather's really nice and there's not a lot of other stuff going on in town that night, there could be 30 to 50. Other nights there could be 5.
That's nice.
Okay.
So it really depends, and it really fluctuates. I think this coming month we're supposed to be doing. The guy who runs it operates out of a space in South Austin that has kind of a cool warehouse area, but in the summertime it is very much not cool because there's no AC. So this month they're going to do a kind of micro talks thing. So people will be able to come and give a little talk about something they've been working on. I'm going to talk about my silly character animator driven Family Feud board that I did a case study about the other day.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool, and I'm really hoping that there's a guy in town who's been running an organization called Media ATX, and his job is to kind of build an interactive map of all of the different media people in town or organizations, and do a better job of connecting people. And so he was at the Austin Motion Artist Group this month, and like I'm hopefully going to be helping him to do some of that bridging to kind of build a stronger community. You know, there's a lot of opportunities, and I think there's just not always a lot of communication. And so it's trying to figure out how to bring those people together.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
So, Matt, what time is your heart out again?
I got another like 20 minutes or so.
Okay, cool. So, let me ask you this, Brian.
Yeah.
Have you ever done Beeple's People with us? I don't remember. Would you like to do Beeple's People with us?
I would love to delve into the world of Mike Winkelman.
Okay, let's do it. All right, everybody get out your Beeple viewer of choice. For me, it's Twitter. And open up to October 5th, Year of Our Lord 2018. And the title of this piece is called Slow Internet. Hopefully my 3 screen grab. Yeah, it worked. Sweet. Okay. All right. Slow Internet. So this is like a turtle with a...
Oh, I love that one.
Yes, with a satellite dish, and he's got treads and all that kind of stuff.
I love the animals that he's been doing. Like I think this is a really cool series that he's done, you know. Now if he could just print this off and then shred it about halfway, it would be worth so much more.
That's true.
Yeah, they could put it on they could put it on one of those Louis Vuitton T-shirts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and shred that, and then you've got kind of a punk look.
Yeah,
I love this. I love I love that little detail of the ripped off truck kind of creating like sunglasses. Like it feels very feels a lot like the stacks in Ready Player One or something.
Man, I have the movie. I haven't watched it.
Oh yeah.
It's not perfect, but it's kind of fun. It's
Cool.
Steven Spielberg. Like I liked it. I love the art direction in it, and like it feels like some of that's popping out here.
Yeah.
The cell phone tower, the dish.
Poor
The
turtle loses
satellites.
legs.
What's that?
Did the poor turtle lose his legs?
Yeah, but why do you need
Well-
legs when you got robot legs, right?
It's true. You're probably faster too.
Right.
It's like how does a giant turtle deal with the speed that he can now? Even if those treads aren't fast, they're probably faster than the turtle could operate.
He looks pretty
Yeah.
happy. Well, he
He does.
gets the See, that's part of the problem is that this is another planet they're working on, so they have to get the internet from Earth, which takes a long time to get to that dish. That's why it's slow internet. People's
Okay.
cell phones that are, on this planet, and so that's how they do their internet.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's slow because you can only get internet during certain times in which the internet turtle is,
True.
going around. It's slow.
That's going to be
literally.
pretty high latency if you're going from one planet to another. So.
Right.
Well, you don't want the turtle to move too fast because the
Right.
satellite dish has to move to
Mhm.
kind of
Right.
keep
The
line of
concept,
sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
Is
they
the
use
turtle moving to be able to maintain line of sight? It's like it's moving. So you look at the planet trajectory and how
Mhm.
fast the planet is turning. It's just
Yeah.
like I wonder if there's some kind of computer built into the turtle that's helping that turtle to move at the speed that it needs to move.
Which leads you to the question: why even have a turtle?
Yeah, well, why not? I mean, that's the answer.
true. That's true.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's because so
Energy?
this is yeah, exactly. There is a Matrix-esque type thing going on because the biology classes that I've taken, if you realize how efficient our body is at producing energy through I don't know, ATP and stuff like
Photosynthesis?
that. No, not
just kidding.
photosynthesis. But our bodies are super efficient at creating energy. So why not use these animals in order to, run all of our stuff?
I'm wondering if this might be some sci-fi version of 1980s Wolfgang Peterson classic, The Never-Ending Story.
Oh, yeah.
There's a giant turtle in there.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good. This is the new what is that? The gateway that he's got to run through.
Yeah.
Doesn't he
Yeah,
talk
and
like
those
that?
sphinxes are just off screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah,
hasn't
yeah,
gotten there.
He's the one that sneezes all the time.
Right.
You know what
All
I'm
right.
talking about. All right, let's
I know
move
exactly
on.
what you're talking about.
Okay, let's go to October 8th, and this is going to be 7, 8. This is Utopica 3002.
3002.
Utopica.
Mine has a EUOTOPIA.
Oh, maybe he spelled it wrong on Twitter. Interesting.
I really like the colors in this one. That's when I saw this one initially a couple days ago. That's what immediately hit me.
Well,
was that it was the colors. The colors.
As somebody who is the colors, children, the colors. but as somebody who is a vigorous note taker on these things, because I'm working on the book notes for
Right.
the People's People book. I believe that 3000 is the latest. 3002 in this case is the latest date that has been. Everything else has been in the 2000s until now, and I'm wondering if this is almost like when the terraforming and all the new stuff is actually finally paying
Successful.
off. It's successful, and now
look at
people
how
are
much
here.
look at how much beautiful mist is in the air You know, those
Mhm.
volumetrics and those clouds and stuff, like those feel healthy. It doesn't feel like it's, you know, a gross, like dying planet. It feels like it's thriving.
And
It
you have
feels
the
very
flying
tropical.
ships. I mean, those flying ships are from the Fifth Element.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but they're very old. Like, to me, it's reading a little bit more like. Did you see that movie Stardust from a few years ago? Or
I saw it once.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a great movie, but there is a flying pirate ship in that with, I think, Robert De Niro playing a lecherous pirate.
Yes.
But
it was a very flamboyant pirate. Yes.
Interesting.
So the thing I'm confused about is the onion domes, which are coming off. There's definitely, if this is Russia, like there's definitely been some changing going on. Like Russia is now in a very tropical place, and Moscow.
There's some high roughness going on.
Yeah, it's a very. I think it's a very pretty piece. I enjoyed it.
The question is this Earth or is this one of the terraformed planets from the storyline?
I think this is one of the terraformed planets. Personally.
Okay. All right. So does that mean the Russians took over this terraforming?
Could be. I do love compositionally the way it draws your eyes into the center. Like,
you know what? Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
It's Russian and Middle Eastern kind of. So maybe Russia took over Syria and Syria had something to do with it. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe this is a theme park.
Is there anything?
A theme park, just in one of the new.
Oh.
It's
like Disney World for another planet,
right?
Looks like
Disney
a nice
World
place to spend some time. It's sort of like Tower of Terror. That
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, totally.
Tower of Terraforming.
Ding.
Thank you very much. All right, next one. This is great. I love this title. This is going to be October 9th, which is yesterday. This is called Buying Drugs from Crypto Worm. Like there's a lot to that. Okay, first of all, let's talk about Crypto Worm.
Okay. It's a Winkle World. That's so good.
Winkle World. Oh, that's nice. Who said that?
Billy. Our chat's not working on our live stream.
Oh, our chat's not working? Oh,
no.
Weird. All right. Oh, I'll go work on that while y'all chat it up here.
What is it again? Buying
drugs from the crypto worm. So,
nice.
I mean, I guess I start thinking about, is there any Alice in Wonderland in this? Just like, there's definitely worm-like creatures in that, or maybe it's spice, and we're in a dune kind of.
Oh,
world.
Okay. Now
the glistening on the flesh is cool.
Yeah. I agree. Totally agree. Now the lights coming down, those seem like the person was trying to bust the drug-selling crypto worm. And
it doesn't
you got
look like they've been busted quite yet, because it looks like a relatively calm atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because that guy, you'd think he would be getting ready to turn and run.
Yeah.
But he's very determined. Like, no, we're going to finish this transaction.
Okay, so what drugs is he buying then? Spice?
I don't know. It's something green.
Something green.
It's in that little cooler right there.
And why crypto worm?
I don't know.
Is it a security thing?
Those eyes, it looks like he's got some sort of like cyber glasses or something attached to his head. So maybe there's like an electronic connection.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe
this is going to be an interesting one for the book. That's for sure.
Maybe his internals are just all Kubernetes.
There you go. Nice.
Like we can't see inside of the flesh. Maybe it's just filled with 1080 or 2080s.
2080s. Or like 40,000 80s.
Maybe that's what the drugs that he's selling are actual like
Kubernetes.
Cards, because if you look at the green glow, it's like
it's render tokens.
Yeah.
There you go.
Selling render tokens.
Access the Octane cloud.
Right.
Because by this point, render tokens actually render other planets that are being
By
simulated.
this point, render tokens are actually around.
You know,
Right.
in a way, that could be
Almost.
an extension of a drug. You know, you're rendering this thing which brings the world into existence.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good.
Hmm,
Pretty good. I like that.
I like it. Alrighty then. Well, Matt, I know you got a hard out coming here pretty soon, so we're gonna try and get out of here. Brian,
Thank
appreciate
for
you
letting me
being.
join in.
Yeah, like you really got to come up. You got to come up in November. It'll be fun.
I should be there.
Cool.
Cool, man.
All right, yo, we're gonna sign out and do our little wrap up here for the end and get out of here. So
See you
we
later.
appreciate you coming on. Take care.
Talk soon.
Thanks,
Bye.
man.
Okay, let me go fix my head.
This is a super fun episode. I really like this episode.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Well, you know, once we really fine tune this thing and get it working correctly, this will be a lot of fun to.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if Dave's head can come back here. Whoop, whoop.
My hair
Oh,
and beard.
there I am. Yeah, welcome to my world. All right, I'm back. Look at that. Well, I reset the chat, but it's not working. It must be a restream problem. So, one thing I did want to hit. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. It's working now. Yay!
The stream.
All right, the chat. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So, one quick deal follow up from last week. Tokyo Megaplex. He was listening to the show last week, and he's got a rant after hearing the new show from last week when we were talking about being your own boss and back to business and stuff. He says, I worked for these slimy directors on that Run the Jewels video while I was a student last summer for super low pay, $150 to $200 a day. And they would always push how it was such a great opportunity and just emphasize that we felt like we were making it worth our time. Well, they were just being lazy and disorganized. I won't use all of his words. It's the music video for Call Ticketron?
I don't know.
If you look it up. Okay. And it was just so obvious every time they brought up any kind of exposure / whatever. They end up going to every person at the end of the project after being delayed for months. 4 VFX people, including himself. And they're like, hey, we're out of budget, and I don't know how this shot's going to get done. But basically trying to guilt us into working for free. Everyone did except for me because I was like, no, I don't work for free. Like 2 hours straight of them yelling at me. Anyway, they called me finally 2 nights ago. I haven't worked for them since. And they're like, yeah, we're doing a bunch of work in the medical industry now. And I'm like, cool. I was looking into that. I know it pays pretty well. And then on a dime, he's like, well, yeah, but you know what's really cool about it, though, is that working with these AIDS and cancer patients, it really gives the project real meaning compared to other stuff and makes us feel like we're making a difference.
Yeah.
Trying to loop them up for something, right?
Yeah.
And they start shoveling like, yeah, we're really trying to launch a VFX studio and build a brand for a VFX artist roster so we can promote them. We didn't talk numbers, but it's so obvious what's coming. Anyway, they're pretty awful about hiding the fact that they're just lazy, greedy directors. Don't work for people like that. That's what he said. So we're going to get out of here. I'm going to go take a bunch of cold medicine.
Cool. I'm going to pick up my kid and maybe do some more work.
Don't forget, next week, Aaron Coverett's going to be on the show on Monday. That's going to be at noon Central Time, live. Check it out, Brograph.tv.
Do we have a day when Robin's coming back? Have we hooked that up yet?
Still talking to her. She's been working on a really big project, and so we're trying to figure out. I think the problem is that her days are shot for a while. Yeah. So we're working on a scheduling system right now that is going to allow us to plug people in so that we can get them all set for the show. And so when we come back from New York, we're going to be somebody's going to be on the show the following week too.
Yeah, Haley's
going to be on the
Haley's
show.
going to be on the show to talk Motion Hatch and the freelance contract bundle. And then the week after, I want to get Sage. I want to get Sage on.
Yes, we need Sage on. He was on way back in the early days. It'd be fun to talk about hardware and VR. All that
and
fun stuff.
he actually if you guys get a chance, for some of you VR people, His company just released their new VR game or VR story. Let me see. I need to find the exact. It's called The Great Sea. So you can get it on both Steam and Oculus. And I think it's relatively cheap. It's like $4.99 or $5.99 or something like that. So
oh really?
Yeah.
The Great Sea?
The Great Sea. Yeah.
Man, there's not very good Google food for that yet. Let's see. I got Legend of Zelda, The Great Sea. I've got pictures of the Great Sea. What is it? Great Sea. What if I put
the Great Sea like the letter C?
Oh, the Great Sea.
Yeah, the letter C. Sorry.
What
is
that?
Steam. Yeah, it's the second one.
What does that mean?
I don't know. You have to ask Sage.
Based on the sci-fi short story by Philip K. Dick. Ooh.
Yeah, the guy who did Anyway.
Oh, $5.99. Here, let me bring it up on the screen. Hopefully this all works. Nice. Great Sea. There we go. Nice. I'm gonna check
there's this movie. It's funny. I just thought about this. So there's this really terrible movie called Pirates of the Great Salt Lake, where like one of these characters are like super weird. I mean, they're both weird, and he pretends to be a pirate who, is on the Great Salt Lake, and it's based in current day. So,
yeah.
But anytime someone says Salt Lake, the Great Salt Lake, he says, "Oh, you mean the Great Sea?" No, it's pretty funny.
Does that earring mean you're a pirate? Kind of. Based on the short sci-fi story by Philip K. Dick, The Great Sea is a cinematic narrative set in the aftermath. Storyline, stunning environments, and a powerful soundtrack.
Powerful.
All right. Powerful. All right. Cool, well, you got a heart out. I've got a phone call in 30 minutes, so we should probably get out of here.
Let me know how that phone call goes.
Will be November 15th, and you can get all the details, dfwc4d.com, as soon as we post them, which is not yet. If you're already on the mailing list, though, you'll get that info. If you go to dfwc4d.com, you can sign up for the mailing list so that when we send out the info on when it's going to be, where it's going to be, who's going to be speaking, all that, you'll have all that in. Yes. You can rate us on iTunes, leave a review. It helps get our ratings up. You can also subscribe, which also helps the ratings on your podcatcher of choice. Sign up for our newsletter as well. You can say you've been there, done that, got the t-shirt with the No Brograph, No Mograph tee, the Gate and D. Simone limited edition shirt, which is still... Whoops.
All right.
And then you can also get the Render Things shirt and hoodie and coming soon, long sleeve tee. And what I leave out, the Paul Babb shirt, Feel the Babb 2020.
Yes.
All the profits from that go to Doctors Without Borders.
If you want to see, if you want to get yourself any of our secret shirts, you can join our Slack and go to the channel Secret Shirts. Secrets. So nice. We got some fun ones there.
And we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube, Brograph.com. And we're going to get out of here. Until next week, I'm Dave.
Matt.
Have a good one.
Later, bros. Thanks, guys, for coming. Thanks for everyone who participated.
Thanks. See ya.
See you, Kent. We'll see you next week. Exciting. Save and.
Blue.
Gosh.
We did do 2 hours.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Pretty great.
That was fun. I like the stairs. Why?
But I like the stairs.
They're fun.
Fatty McGee, you're the best.